joining me right now and taking your calls. He survived a hit. He opens the door to a hail of bullets with me right now, Garrett Warren. Garrett, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Garrett, we've heard a lot about your story, and you've basically seen it all. You are a stuntman there in Hollywood. You've done it all. You've been in a ton of high-profile movies. We've all seen you, but this was the real deal. Tell us what happened.
Well, you guys just pretty much put it in a nutshell just then. You know, it was that night, just put my daughter to sleep, heard the doorbell ring like about 6 or 7 times, really fast and frantic. I went out there, and he did the whole, that silver car, and you're in the driveway, and eventually I finally opened the door, and, he put 4 bullets into me, laying on the ground there. My mom tried to stop the bleeding. I called 911. They got there and, did a great job, and Sheriff's Department got there and asked me, who did it and all that other stuff.
As usual, you're being a tough guy. Got everybody with me and taking your calls is a Hollywood star, a stuntman, a star in his own right, who survived taking 4 bullets point blank. Tonight, did Mommy order a hit on Daddy? You have seen Garrett Warren many, many times in blockbuster movies, and he is with us now taking your calls. Garrett, when did it dawn on you that the mother of your child may have been involved in the shooting?
The moment I was being pulled out of the house is when I had suspicions.
Why?
There wasn't anybody else in my life that had any kind of motive other than her.
And that was all about custody?
Custody, and also, the fact of the divorce was a very heated divorce as well.
Well, most of them are, Mr. Warren, but most of them don't end in Mommy taking out a hit on Daddy. Now, let me ask you this, Garrett. When you opened up the door, the guy kept asking you, is that your silver car? Is that your silver car? Did you know instinctively that something was wrong?
Yeah, because he seemed very nervous. He was on edge when he was asking me those questions, and it made me feel like, I wonder if he did something wrong and hit my car.
What was that physical sensation? Did you go into shock and you did not feel it, or did you feel each and every bullet?
You feel each one, but it doesn't feel like you think. It just feels like someone's tapping you on the chest. That's all it does. I guess I liken it to a magician pulling that tablecloth out from underneath all that, the plates. It moves so quickly that it doesn't really throw you. However, when the time comes and it all settles and you decide that you're going to fight and try to fix whatever's wrong with you, the pain sets in and you hurt from head to toe.
Garrett, how, if at all, did this change your life?
I'll be honest with you, Nancy, that's a great question, and it's the biggest part of me that I try to bring about out of the whole thing is the fact that after that happens, when you sit on the ground and you are dying and you have time to think about it, let me put it that way, everything bad that you've done in your life comes back up. So I've learned to have a lot of forgiveness. I've forgiven anybody and everything that has ever happened to me or that will happen to me because, this world's not worth it. And honestly, when the day comes and I have to be judged, I certainly hope that I'm forgiven.